Hey guys, what's up? Eddie Yahoo here with KissAnalog.com, and we have Kaiweets in the lab. Yes, a thermal camera. I just did a video on a thermal camera. It was this one. This one's on sale for, I believe it's under 150 bucks, somewhere around there. Nice camera, pistol grip, just like this one. Let's open it up, take a look. All right, guys, here's the box, okay? Now, they were coming out these fancy boxes these days. Pretty nice. All right, so all we do is, this is a sleeve, okay? And then this guy here has a magnetic attachment. 2 magnets in the thing, so they're getting fancy on the packaging, right? Okay, now look, just what we were come to expect from Kaiweets. Nice case. And then down in here, there's one of those books. What's this kind of remind you of? A little bit like the Apple packaging, right? Let me pull this out of here. All right. Okay, so you get this little card in here, and you get a quick start guide. And you can download the full manual. It's not real thick. Half of it's Chinese, the front half. The rest of it is in English. So there's a quick look-see. And in this manual, they give the table of emissivities that makes it easier to set up. We'll talk about that later. All right, now we're at the meter itself. It's got one of these molded on rubber handles on, I mean, that's a nice handle, right? It's got zippers on either side. See, here's one. So you can zip them around to the middle or just one all the way around if you want. Now, these are those kind of form factor, kind of hard, soft cases, I call them. Nice pocket there to hold a nice lengthy USB to USB-C connector, okay? And then we have the camera, but you know what? There's this interesting thing. This feels like a neoprene, kind of a gushy cover. And it's just, I guess, just a cover to hold the AC to USB adapter. And then this is fitted in this. I want to show you the case here. The case is not just cut out foam. It's cut out foam, but then it feels like it has like this material that's kind of heat shrunk around it just to give it a dressy look. Now look at that, 256 by 192. That's what we want to see. Nice big display. The KTI-W20. Okay, now it says it turns on within 1 second, but the boot up time, but you got to hold it down so you don't accidentally hit the button, turn it on. 1,1002, 2,1003, 3,1004. Yeah, it takes 4 or 5 seconds. So that's still plenty fast, right? Hey guys, just a quick word on the packaging. You know, when these companies start getting fancy like this, you know, you hate to spend money on packaging, at least I do, right? But on the other hand, you know, come from China, it's probably not costing a lot. But what it does show is they have enough money to hire a packaging engineer. So someone to decide how thick the cardboard has to be, how much protection you need for shipping, all that kind of stuff. And you also have to have the marketing person that he works with to dress up the box, and they work together on coming up with something like this. So it just shows that the engineering group is growing. And so they're kind of hitting all bases. At least that's what it looks like to me. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Looking good. Okay, guys, so what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and we're going to look at this little board on here. It's going to be a challenge to see if we can focus down that close, and the parts are really close and tight fitting. And what that is a 16th brick size DC-DC converter. Bricks come in these modules that are that high, and they come in different sizes. This is a half brick. A full brick would be twice as long. Quarter brick would be half as much. A 16th brick, it's just one of these little corners. So it is very small and it has 4 GAN FETs on it. Coming from EPC, efficient power conversion, okay? So we're gonna look at this board with a scope, and I'm gonna show you some stuff on that in another video. But in this video, we're gonna just look at temperature, okay? It'd be kind of a you know, kind of a cool way to test this camera. That's the way I did it when I reviewed this one in the last video. So if you want to see that video, so you can see how this compares with this one, okay? And yeah, so let's jump over here, take a look at it. Okay, this is the converter, and I've got some power going to it, about 38 watts right now, almost 39. There's a quarter brick. Here's a 16th. You can see about 4 of those fitting there, right? Now this is the input power, and it's coming from this power supply, 27 volts. This Uni-T UDP 1306C. That's a big heavy linear, and we got 38.7 watts. Okay, and then up here we have the active load coming from the card. 12 volts going in, 11.8 it says. 3 amps. We're losing some voltage across the leads, and set for 3 amps. So there we go. Red and blue leads leaving it. Yeah, we're just losing a little bit of voltage across the leads. Okay, guys, so what we're going to do is we're going to look at this little small DC-DC converter down here. It's a challenge for a thermal camera because it's such a small little board. And it has really small FETs on it. They're GaN FETs from EPC, Efficient Power Conversion. So, yeah, there's 4 of them on the board. I'm going to show you that. And there's 2 inductors. So we're going to turn it on, get some power going, and we're going to see how close we can get and how much resolution we can see. Okay? So 2 things that are important. One is we have an awesome 256 by 192, which doubles to that super, you know, super res, super high res. And we're going to test that, see how that works, okay? But yeah, so the second thing is, how far can you focus? If you can only focus from up here and your image is this big, then it's going to be hard to get those little guys, okay? Okay, guys, I'm about 6 inches above the board, I guess. And as I go towards the board, it comes more into focus. And you can see the inductors for sure. And over here on the output, where my finger is, you can start seeing the FETs, right? See some definition where the FETs are. Okay, so let's go through the menu. So you can see there's kind of a list thing here on this button, and it says okay. Over here, a power symbol with the return symbol up here, and up arrow, down arrow. Okay, so let's just go ahead and hit the menu button. And then up here we have the gallery. So if I hit that again, I can review pictures. Okay, I can go back this way. I can view videos. Yes, this does videos. That's awesome. Okay, so I guess I can say okay and start viewing the video. Okay, I'll just go back. Delete all images, data synchronization. All right, so let's go back again. Super resolution mode's on. Okay, we'll try it on and off, just see the difference, okay? And then we have temperature. Right here, temperature, you can set 0 to 550. Whoops. Auto shift, so it'll just auto shift between the 2 ranges. There's 2 ranges. The other range is -20 to 150, where I think I'll just leave it there. Emissivity set for 93. I can click on that, and it's in the manual mode, and then it has these other modes you can just select by, you know, some default modes, okay? And then the palettes. So I wish the palettes worked a little differently, but I'll show you that in a minute. But what you do is you chug through these things. So we were on red, right? Okay, let's see what this one looks like. That's, I think, one of the rainbow colors, okay? That's what that looks like as I go closer to focus, farther away. Seems like it gets focused pretty good right about there. And I'll just go ahead and take a picture. I just pull the trigger and get a picture that way. And when I do, it gives me a chance to check it. Yes, I want to save it or no. Okay, so let's go back to here and let's go to the next one and see what that one looks like. Okay, this one is like just a red one. I kind of like this one. I think the monochrome ones are kind of nice, actually. Sometimes it's fun to have all those colors, but it might be easier. Now there's a scale here on the right. Okay, the top of the scale is white. That's the hottest. Down here it goes towards orange, maybe purple down here. Okay, this might be another rainbow color, actually. Let's go look again. Okay, there's just a gray scale, okay? Look at that. That's pretty good, right? I'll take a picture of the grayscale just so we can have one of those. Okay, see, there's my opportunity to save or delete. And here's another rainbow one, I think is what they call it. And we'll try to see what else we got here. Okay. Save that one. Okay, and then we're back to, I think this is back to the red one. I wish it showed the names, is one of the things I'd like to see. The names of each one. Because I don't know when I'm scrolling, like which one it is. See, here's another rainbow one. Okay, let's look at that, just make sure we saw that. There's that one. And then we're back to gray. Is there 6? Okay, let's start with the gray. 1, and this second one, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. So there's 6 different color palettes, okay? Okay, I'm going to go to that one, and that's the red one. Okay, now let's look at that. I'll try to get a picture right here. Okay, now we're going to go turn off the ultra thing, the super resolution. Let's turn that off and get another picture. And I'll put them side by side on the screen and we'll see if we can tell the difference. Okay, if we go back to the menu, we have a emissivity, palette, center point. So I got the center point turned on. I like to have that on. Temperatures, Celsius, ROI, temperature alarm, ref measurements, 23C, room temperature, I guess. Distance, I have 0.1. So you can come in here and you can go from 0.1 all the way up to 10 meters. Okay, so 0.1 is where I'm set. And we are in meters. Now I can change that for yards. What else can I do? Oh, just yards and feet. Okay. Okay, I'll go 0.1 yard. That's a little bit closer, I think. Auto off is disabled. Brightness medium. Laser. Laser's on. Let's turn the laser on and let's see what else we got. Oh, we got floodlight too. Okay, let's look at laser. All right, guys. So when I turn on the laser, you can see. So if I'm trying to find something, maybe turn on the laser helps me find it. Here, let me show you some other things about this. Okay, so if I go back to menu and we turn on let's turn on floodlight, okay? Let's turn that on. Now check this out. This is kind of interesting. When I hold it down, it'll turn the floodlight and the laser on. I have to move some of my light so you can see it, but you see the floodlight? See that floodlight? That's pretty interesting, right? So you can see it's down here. It's about that diameter, about 5 inches off the board. So if I pull the trigger again, it turns it off. Okay. So let's go back to here. And I'm going to go turn that off. I'm assuming that's for like visual light camera. Oh, you want to see that? Okay, date, time. You can set that up. Okay. Okay, language, English, and has, let's see, quite a few languages in there, right? Okay, let's go back. Don't want to mess that up. Then I get in trouble. Okay, reset, format. Okay, picture-in-picture transparency, 75%. So that's interesting. You can set that. Visual light. Oh, check this out. Right now I set it for max 1200 by 1600, but you can go 240 by 320 if you don't need the resolution. It just saves file size, I think. Wi-Fi. I'm going to show you that in a moment. I had trouble with that. AP mode, the app. I had trouble with those two things. The USB mode. And that's if you're going to a Windows computer. Didn't try that. And local update. OTA upgrade. Camera info. So lots of stuff on this. Okay, let me go back here. I want to show you something else. Okay. Now, see the image here? What I can do, if I hit the up arrow, I wish it went through the different color schemes, but it has IR. Okay, picture-in-picture. So this is kind of an interesting one. I can look at the picture of the card, and I can put this little square over wherever, you know, wherever I want to see temperature. So now I have to kind of lift it way up here by the camera, which is about a foot off the board. Which 0.1, if that was setting the focus distance, that doesn't seem to be right, because 0.1 I should be able to get closer. It's more like 0.3 or something, getting way up here, because there's that parallax error, right? Okay, if I go again, okay, this is just your visual camera. Okay, I'll take a picture of that. Gives me that option. Okay, and then okay, this is multi-image fusion, I think is what it's called. So again, I probably need to be up here where it puts the, well, and actually I'm not sure. On this one, I almost think that it automatically knows how, well, I see kind of a ghost image. So I think that's the picture. And so if I come up, they're kind of colliding. So I kind of have to come up here, high up, you know, where I'm this far away before, and I'll take a picture and we'll put it on the camera. But I feel like I have to come like more of a third of a meter or a third of a yard. I feel like I have to be about a foot away before they kind of converge. Okay, so yeah, what do you guys think? It's pretty nice, right? 256 by 192. All right, when you go to the App Store, you see this thermography, this C with kind of a magnifying glass kind of thing. And that looks to me like the right one to download, although I couldn't get it to work, guys. Here's the app. I got to this page, and I did what they asked me to do. I set up the Wi-Fi. There's a Wi-Fi setup. I'll show you that on the camera. And then whenever I click this, I just get this message. So I'll have to ask them about that, and I'll get back to you. Sorry about that, guys. All right, guys, what do you think? Turn on the flashlight. There's the laser. I'm pointing the laser down below the camera. So yeah, so we got the flashlight, the laser, the visual camera, and the infrared camera. And you see these cameras are separated, right? So there's a parallax error. They're in parallel with each other, right? But the focus puts them across each other. So there's a parallax, and that's where it's focused right here, where they cross. And if you're too close or too far, then the images are, instead of being on top of each other, they're coming apart. And they don't maybe just come like this, but they might come like this or like this. So you have to bring it over, drop it down by coming up. So yeah, it's I have this camera that's what I do with it. There's arrows and I can push them over. Now that visual camera, that was added back in the day when the thermal image wasn't very good. It was hard to decipher what part was what part. So the visual camera would put an image over the top, and then you could see, oh, there's my transistor, there's my Zener diode, that kind of thing. Now this camera is really small, so it's challenging. A bigger board, I think this would do a better job on. I think it'd do a great job for auto mechanics, HVAC guys, people inspecting houses. Now, guys, Kaiweets sent this to me for free. 2 big thumbs up for them to send this to me. I've got this one too. This one is, I think, a 30% sell, which drops it, I believe, under 150. This one is like a 25% sell, so I think that drops it down. It's normally like $399. It's on sale for $350, but then with the 25% off, that takes it down to about $290, I think. $295 maybe, something, I don't know. I'm not sure what the prices are, guys, but I'll put the coupon codes down below. Really appreciate using those things. Doesn't cost you a thing extra. I get a little bit, you know, support the channel. If enough of you guys do it, then that'd be awesome. But yeah, I appreciate using any of the links down below. Now, Kaiweets always gives anybody a discount on anything, and these work with the sale prices too. Use KA15. But for these, the sales are even better. I think it's 30% and 25%, I believe, is what those are. So check the links down below. I'll update them as they change or whatever. But yeah, I really appreciate that, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking it out. Let me know what you think of these cameras. 2 big thumbs up to Kaiweets for sending this out to me. And 2 big thumbs up to my patrons and my YouTube members. And Danny for being a team member. Thanks so much. You can join for as low as $1 a month down below. You can buy me a coffee down below. Hit the super thank you button. Yeah, you can. Oh, I think you can. There's a new button down there where you can give kudos to the video or something like that. It promotes it. I don't know how that works. So yeah, hit that button. You can support the channel for free by doing that kind of stuff. So really appreciate you guys subscribing, liking the video. Thanks for watching. And guys, I got another thermal camera coming. We'll see ya in that video.